Hello, guys and gals. Welcome to another podcast. I know it has been almost over half a year since I posted last, and by half a year, I mean like 7 months since the last time I looked into this channel. And honestly, the main reason why I walked away from it was because I was dry out of ideas. I had to sit down to think about what I wanted to post, and what better day or year to post it in than in 2022. A lot has happened and a lot has changed over this course of 7 months since the last time I posted, but here I am, here to talk about more. I have made a full list of what I'm going to talk about, and I will post them each week. And since January 1st is on, oh goodness, I'm not a calendar, so let's check here. January 1st is on Saturday. I'll be posting every Saturday with the help of my sister, my editor, who will most likely be editing most of my videos, or as much as she can. I mean, she's still in school, so. Fair warning about this video, it does contain spoilers about the new movie Encanto that came out last week. Now, or not last week, last month. My bad, it was in November. And I will be talking about it, just letting you guys know this is my own opinion about the movie, and it has nothing to do with real life, like other people's opinions or the creators of Disney. So I hope Disney doesn't find this and monetize me. Anyway, so we'll start off, as you have guessed by the title of this podcast. It is about the movie Encanto and my impressions on it. Now, this has reached one of my top favorite Disney movies, and everyone has their own. I know from experience or from other videos that Lin-Manuel really likes this character Sebastian from Little Mermaid, and honestly, I like him too. Super nice and whatnot. But Encanto does touch base on my own life much more than any other Disney film that I can think of, because to me, family means a lot. And my family, as weird and quirky and as great as they are, they do have their ups and downs and their flaws. And oftentimes we don't talk about them all the time, which is why when I watched this movie, I was drawn by the main character, Mirabel. And Mirabel, for those who don't know, actually, if you want to, go pause this video and go watch it first, and then come back and we can talk about it because of the spoilers. She doesn't have a magical gift like the rest of her family, and the rest of her family was born or was given a magical gift at a certain age, and I believe it's the age of 5. I think. I don't exactly remember, but it is a really nice movie for me. I love the plot, I love the story, I love the character developments of each and every one of the characters, and I'm really hoping that Encanto comes out with a series of each person's individual struggles and their own way of thinking, especially now that Encanto has been rebuilt, and we know what Mirabel's place is in the family. What really, really drew me to the movie in the first place was one of the characters who was known to be the black sheep of the family. He can look into the future, and I think if you guys have seen the movie, you know who I'm talking about. His name is Bruno Madrigal. Now, it was given a song to talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. And that song, initially, I did not 100% fully enjoy it, but at the same time, I didn't hate it at the same time. It grew on me because it's what everyone thinks of Bruno, but it's not all true, like Camilo's part. Camilo loves to, I'm guessing, by watching the movie, he loves to over-exaggerate on what he's been told, or interpret what he's been told, and that's the main thing that I really enjoyed about Camilo's part, was that everything he said was so exaggerated, and the fact that he was using his shape-shifting powers to show us what Bruno looks like, and then when you meet him, meet Bruno, it's completely different, is kind of funny to me. One of my favorite parts of the movie is probably when Mirabel first meets Bruno, like finding out where he is or why he left but didn't actually leave is definitely one of the things that I was thinking of. And for me, I have always been drawn to characters who can either manipulate time, going forward in time, go backward in time, or can even see the future or the past. And for me, it's something that I was born with, is the fascination of time. which is why I also enjoy watching Doctor Who and Doctor Strange, and now Bruno as one of my top favorite characters who can actually look through time. Not only can his eyes glow green whenever he looks into time, he's also surrounded by a vortex, so it's not like he's constantly looking into the future, but he does pick moments of what he wants to see, or people he may need to see into the future for, because before he disappeared, he did have a job of looking into people's future, which most people didn't enjoy, especially the Madrigal family, letting them know like what their future may hold, or not knowing the unknown, and or stuff like that. And that's definitely what drew me to it, and what drew me to the movie. Not only was Bruno Madrigal was amazing, but another part which was equally as amazing was the music. And for me, I'm a very musical person. I grew up around music, and I grew up listening to music because it was my way of coping. And throughout high school and all throughout college and elementary school, music has been a pivot moment in my brain, and that was definitely something that I held cherished to. And I still do, because I still listen to music all the time. The silence is quite deafening to me, but sometimes it's necessary in order to listen to the own voice inside of me. And that's why I relate so much to Mirabelle, because yes, she is surrounded by her own family, yes, she wants to make them proud, but ultimately she does choose to do certain things, and do certain things that her family may not enjoy or may not like in the first place, but she still does it anyway. And same with Bruno. He thinks about his family, his place in the family, and even after seeing Mirabelle's vision in the past, after she didn't get a gift, it was his also own choice. He could have said no to Abuela, and he could have just left it and be like, the candle's probably fine and you're probably procrastinating and stuff, but he does care about his family enough to come out of his own personal space in order to look into it. The music by one of my favorite artists since Hamilton is Lin-Manuel Miranda, and he makes a lot of the character development music. The first one being The Family Madrigal, and this one is a good sum up of what the family can do, what their powers are, and a good segue into, well, the party afterwards for Antonio, for his gift giving. The second song is Waiting on a Miracle. Is it Waiting on a Miracle? Or Waiting for a Miracle? I'm pretty sure it's Waiting for a Miracle. Waiting on a Miracle. That's what it is. And this is basically a character development moment for Mirabelle, the main character. And for her and for me, this is one of my top 3 songs, as far as I know, is because I too am looking for my place in the world. I too am looking for where I fit into this whole scheme of the world, and what I should do in the future. The next song is Surface Pressure, which, I'll be honest, is probably one of my sister's favorite songs, and for me it's a really nice song in terms of finding out you may be the strongest in the family, you can lift as much as you can, and you can carry pretty much anything, all the responsibilities, anything heavy like the church. But ultimately Louisa does need a break and does need time off, you know? She can't always keep on carrying everything, and, you know, that does, in its sense, make her weak, because the more she carries, the weaker she feels, in some sense. I'm not going to talk about all of the songs, but definitely those are my top 3, more or less. But my top first would be We Don't Talk About Bruno, which I have mentioned at the beginning of this video is everyone's impression of Bruno. And I'm pretty sure Bruno is within the walls of the Encanto and of the casita and is just wondering, guys, I can hear you. Like, you know, the walls may be a little bit thin and whatnot. So definitely Encanto is one of my favorite movies, and I definitely encourage you to go watch it. Whether it's on Disney Plus, I'm not sponsored by them, so don't ask me for Disney Plus, or finding another platform such as Netflix if it comes out. I don't know. I don't have Netflix either. Like, that's another thing to talk about, I guess, is where do I watch my movies and stuff. And oftentimes it's this movie that's been taking up most of my thoughts, honestly speaking. And I'd love to look back on like this podcast eventually and think about, man, is that movie still a big part of my life? And for some people, family may not be everything, and family might be something that you make in the future. Your family right now may be rough around the edges, or they may be too perfect and it's a little weird, but family is what you make of it. And that's the main takeaway I found of this movie is, regardless of how many flaws and regardless of how many strengths your family has, they're your family, and you only have them once. Alright, so that's pretty much the end of my podcast. I know it's a bit short, but honestly, I've just went off on a tangent of my favorite movie now of Disney is Encanto, and I hope you guys are now interested in actually watching it. It's no longer in theaters, unfortunately, but I'm sure you can find a platform to watch it. If you liked this movie, be sure to like and subscribe to it, and if you want to keep up with it, be sure to turn on that bell notification. I'll be posting every Saturday, so hopefully, yeah, I'll be diligent with it this time, I'll post whenever I can, and also depends on my editor, which I am fortunate to have for my sister, and hopefully my videos get better. So with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.